It takes a lot of guts to upload weekly videos on children's cartoons without looking kind of weird. Well, a lot of people do this on YouTube, and there are different types of cartoon reviewers out there. And no, I don't really necessarily consider myself a cartoon reviewer, just someone who likes to talk about them. But there are definitely way better people out there, and way worse people than me. Now, that doesn't mean effort-wise, because let's just be honest, I put no effort into this whatsoever, really. I just make videos just to get my opinion out there, to be completely honest. I don't want to make a career out of this. But these guys make careers out of these, so I'm just going to be talking about some cartoon reviewers that I either find enjoyable or I absolutely despise. The first one we're going to be talking about is by far the most popular one, is Rebel Taxi. Now, Rebel Taxi is fun. I used to love Rebel Taxi, but lately I just kind of, I don't know, I just strayed from his videos, I guess is the word you'd say. Rebel Taxi really, he's just gotten boring to me, I think. I'm not sure, because I have not really checked out a lot of his recent videos, but he used to be one of my favorites, but I just really don't like him anymore. I just don't find him enjoyable anymore. But he's by far the most liked YouTube cartoon reviewer there is, but I don't really see much enjoyment out of his videos anymore. They just, yeah, it's kind of weird. I appreciate his effort, though. Next person we're going to be talking about is Phantom Strider, who's a controversial one. A lot of people seem to hate Phantom Strider. Now, I get why they hate Phantom Strider. Phantom Strider really has some weird opinions, and he seems to be, I don't know what you say, but he seems to be insistent upon them. Like, he despises Ed, Edd and Eddy, and he despises Regular Show. Those are two shows that I really, really like. Well, yeah, I really have gone away from it, a lot of his videos, but I find myself coming back to them just because of his overall personality and everything. He's a great speaker. He has a great personality. He's a great speaker, and just a lot of his videos are enjoyable to watch, even if you may not agree with them. They're just kind of enjoyable to watch. Now, yeah, he does a lot of bland top 10 videos and stuff like that. That has already been done previously a lot. But it's just, he has a certain personality to him. I think if he tried things differently, he could definitely be successful. It's definitely okay to have unpopular opinions. I have unpopular opinions. Everyone does. Everyone has a guilty pleasure that they have, and everybody hates a show that everybody loves. I don't know what you call that. I know a guilty pleasure is something that you like that everyone else hates. I don't know what the other way around is. Yeah, Phantom Strider he's an interesting one. I find him more enjoyable now than I did before. Alright, so the next one is, I think, I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's still the most subscribed. I should check that out, actually, but most subscribed YouTuber, or not YouTuber, most subscribed cartoon YouTuber, Veilski Bum 94. I really have never liked Veilski Bum 94. He's bland, he clickbaits, and he also seems to, he makes predictable videos that that are more clickbait. Like, I'm looking at one right now. The SpongeBob episode Nickelodeon almost never airs. Now, if you're new to the cartoon reviewing community on YouTube, you would probably have no idea. But I have not watched this video, and I guarantee that I know the answer to this, and it's the paper from SpongeBob. That the reason for that is because it airs next to the Valentine's Day episode, and the Valentine's Day episode only airs on Valentine's Day. But yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, that's it. I won't go completely in depth since Avis Reviews did a channel analysis a year ago, and that dude went into full detail. He really did, and his cover is definitely a lot more than mine. I don't really like Veilsky Mom at all. He just has an annoying tone to him and an annoying voice. He really just doesn't seem. He doesn't seem that friendly. He doesn't take criticism well at all, and he just is overall bland and unenjoyable to me. He's probably my least favorite of that group right there. That's pretty much all I really have to say on him. Now, the next guy I'm going to be talking about is Pie Guy Rules. Now, this guy I really find enjoyable. Sure, this guy, he talks about SpongeBob constantly. That's the only really major criticism you can really bring up. But SpongeBob is my favorite cartoon of all time, so I might be a little bit biased towards that. But I really find him, he has a great personality, he's very friendly, he just has a good tone and a good vibe to his videos. I just love the content he puts out often. Actually, I'm not actually sure if he's still doing YouTube anymore. Probably be good to find out. Just gonna look. Let's see, when was the last time he uploaded? A week ago. Okay, that was a recast. I'm pretty sure it's a podcast. I mean, it's safe to assume that he's still doing it. If he isn't, then you can just tell me that, because he's doing a lot of podcasts recently. I'm not really not a huge fan of cartoon podcasts anymore. Mostly because there weren't really that many around, so I never got to listen to any. Pie Guy Rules is one of my favorite cartoon YouTubers out there. He did the every SpongeBob episode reviewed, and that since has turned into a genre which I greatly enjoy. I really love watching people review every episode of a certain series. I just love that. Something about that is just great. So I'm glad he started out that on there, and that I really like that. Alright. So I think, who am I going to be talking about next? Yeah, it's about... So right now I'm going to get to other YouTubers, smaller cartoon reviewers I'm going to be talking about. So one thing, Athemocracy is one that I think is extremely underrated, actually. Athemocracy actually puts out some great videos. He stops doing them consistently, which I understand. I don't put out videos consistently really either, but Athemocracy really is underrated. I really love his videos. He puts out concepts about schedules and stuff like that, which I think he puts out content that really just appeals to me and my interests, rather that's just kind of like it's just kind of a thing. If I wasn't interested in that type of stuff, I probably wouldn't like Athemocracy, which I can understand why he's not as popular in that case. But Athemocracy really puts out some great content. You should really check it out. I'm not really sure how he's doing right now, but he has some amazing videos, I think. There's pretty short ones, too. Like, ones you can just sit down, they're 5-minute videos. I love them. He puts out... So, one of my favorite... Here's some ones that you can check out to get just a brief overview of the stuff I'm talking about. So, he has videos of how to fix Cartoon Network, how to fix Boomerang, how to fix Nickelodeon, stuff like that, and I really love that. I really love stuff like that. He gives out history videos. The Snyder, I'm looking at his channel right now, the Snyder era. Talked about that earlier. Um, he has a series called Attack the Block, which I'm a huge fan of blocks, and you can understand my name, the Blockbuster. Never mind. Okay, so he has a few episodes on that. He has Nick on CBS, which I actually did not know existed until I watched that video, so that's pretty useful. He has one on Adult Swim Jr. when that was a thing. He has How to Fix Boomerang, which personally is my favorite video he's ever done. It's a really, he puts out some really great ideas. And he's honestly just great. He had a lot, although the problem with him is a lot of his videos aren't that interesting. He has a podcast called Cartoon Chat. I don't really listen to that, but whatever. He has a few videos on Boomerang and Nicktoons, which are two channels I really love following. And he just has a lot of great stuff on his channel. Eventually, I think he's going to be gone rather soon, but I just really like him, and he's great. Next one, I think we're going to, let's see. This guy isn't really a small YouTuber, so to speak. He's actually rather popular, but I just forgot to put him in Mars Reviews. He's interesting now. Let's just say he is interesting. I'm not a huge fan of him, but from the few videos I've seen of him, he seems pretty interesting. And I like his content. Mostly his earlier content. I'm not a huge fan of his previous content recently. So, some of my favorite videos of him are What I Hate About the Cartoon Community. That's actually pretty much how I got a lot of inspiration from this. Let's see. How to Fix Nickelodeon, How to Fix Cartoon Network. Those are some good ones. My favorite video, I think, of him is See Unreal in Retrospect, which is a great video and very informational on if you never knew what See Unreal was, and if you never did know what See Unreal was, you are too young. Yeah, that's probably my favorite video of his. So, he's got 86,000 subscribers, so obviously he's not small, but, you know, whatever. Alright, next one we're going to be talking about as, once again, not a small YouTuber. Anyways, the mysterious Mr. Enter. I really dislike him. Just gonna put that one out there. I used to like him somewhat, but once I realized that, once I really looked at his criticisms, really, he's way too critical. And I really can't stand that. He gives out some bad arguments, and he comes off as really nitpicky and arrogant when he reviews. He really just seems like I know I bet he's a nice guy in real life. I bet he's very nice. But he comes off as just mean-spirited and arrogant in his videos. I'm not saying that's what he's like, but he just comes off that way. In his animated atrocities series especially. He just seems to really like to nitpick and everything. And his whole growing around campaign, I did a video on that before. I'm not a fan of that. Alright, next one. I think this might be the last one because it'll be it's a long time coming. Now this guy is not a cartoon reviewer, I believe, anymore. I don't know what he does anymore. Yeah, he's not. He's not a cartoon reviewer anymore. He is basically given into mainstream at this point. It's pretty sad because I used to really enjoy him. Turkey Tom. He I made an original video on Turkey Tom. I never posted it because my computer went insane and just deleted it. So there's like a whole 16-minute video on Turkey Tom that will never get released because I'm never gonna find it. So Turkey Tom, I really dislike. Actually, I really dislike him. The dude he started off as a cartoon reviewer, and then all of a sudden he just kind of turned into just constant rants, and really he's not funny. He's kind of cringy. He seems bland and just doesn't really. He seems to be trying to cause controversy and everything. The dude really got his popularity from when Keemstar called him out. That's mostly. Oh my goodness, that was the biggest mistake Keemstar's ever done. So Keemstar called him out after Turkey Tom pointed out that Keemstar was posting basically the same videos over and over again. The same genre, the same basically everything, over and over again. And rightfully so, because Keemstar, I don't really pay attention to Keemstar, but I bet that, because I looked at his upload feed, and yeah, he was posting basically the same types of videos over and over again. But then, Keemstar made the mistake of calling him out. And that got Turkey Tom popularity. And wow, what has it done for him? So, first, I'd say, when did this start? Like, his real popularity started around, probably a year ago. I think it started about a little over a year ago. And I'm looking at his videos right now. It started mostly with the problems with... it started with the problems with the Columbia Productions. I don't really care about that. Then he did a problems with the comment... okay, this is my no pun intended problem with Turkey Tom here. Is the fact that literally every single video that he posts is the same format. I'm not even exaggerating. Almost every video that he posts is the same format. Let's see. Let's look back. The problems with fan bases, the problems with Minecraft, the problems with the Emoji Movie, the problems with being YouTube, the problems with the Cartoon Network, problems with superhero movies, problems with being Turkey Tom, the problems with Mr. Enter, the problems with the Columbia Production, the problem with commentary community, the problems with Mr. Enter, the problems with the Gamer Mars, the problems with Kavos, the problems with face reveals, the problems with Illumination, the problems with YouTube drama, the problems with politics, the problems with religion, the problems with I'm Alex. The problems with the Kavos and I'm Alex. The problems with Reddit. The problems with DeviantArt. The problems with 4chan. The problems with your videos. That was just a cringy video in itself. Let's see what else. And that's about it. So he only just stopped doing it like about 3 months ago. But oh my goodness, is this dude unoriginal. He has not uploaded in a month, by the way, and I'm kind of happy for that. So Turkey Tom was on my podcast. He was on my podcast not last summer, but 2 summers ago, I believe. I believe it was 2 summers ago. And so I invited him on my podcast and everything. And he seemed generally nice when I talked to him. Up until probably when we got on the Google Hangout. I don't know if he was trying to come off this way, but he just seemed like he was uninterested. And he didn't seem like he cared at all. That's basically the same thing, but he seemed generally uninterested. and he came off as kind of rude in the podcast. I don't know if he was meaning to come off that way. That's just how that's how I received that. Now, if he's watching this, which kind of doubt he is, like, I don't know. I just don't understand, like, what you were trying to accomplish there, because he was editing a video. I understand you were editing a video, but you could have at least, like, I told him I was uploading this, and I said, if you could promote it or anything, try to. And he said, okay, never tweeted a thing, never promoted it at all. And so he was editing a video, and he just seemed to not be paying attention to it at all. He seemed to be completely focused on editing, which I understand. I guess that editing's hard, I guess. I used to do editing as well. I used to, I say. But I don't get, like, if you're in a video on someone else's channel, you don't want to seem uninterested and, like, not paying attention. That just kind of really brought down the podcast for me. That was, of course, the last podcast I ever did with Cartoon Podcast, at least. I've done other podcasts before. That was the last one I did, mostly for good reason, because he would always claim he never had time. I'm practically I believe I'm in the same grade. I'm around the same age as him, and I have more time than him. That's kind of sad. He used to be a cartoon reviewer, but I no longer really consider him a cartoon reviewer, because he's kind of gone mainstream, as you may say. He's gone more commentary, which I guess I kind of have, but I only talk about cartoons on this channel. He started out with cartoons, and he kind of just went to drama. He did some videos on Monkey Jones, jumping on the bandwagon of that. And I did a few. I watched a few of his videos, and he brings up some really terrible points. First of all, in his problems with religion, I know this is going a long time just with Turkey Town. This has turned into a Turkey Town rant. I promise I'm wrapping up very soon. So in his problems with religion rant, in the beginning of the video, he claims he's an atheist, and he said, which means I don't have any religion. Not that, no, I think he said he's an atheist, but that doesn't mean that I don't think that there's a God. He said he doesn't know if there's a God in that video. That is not what an atheist is. That is completely wrong what an atheist is. I'm not attacking him for being an atheist because he's not an atheist. He's an agnostic. Agnostics don't know if there's a God or not. Atheists deny that there's a God. So, and this is kind of a thing with a lot of people. A lot of people claim they're atheists, and they say, and then you ask them, do you think there's a God? I don't know. That's not really that's not an atheist. An atheist denies that there's a God. An agnostic doesn't know if there's a God. Anyways, that really got off topic. So, wow, that was quite a video. That last part was just me kind of summarizing my lost video in probably like 5 minutes. Anyways, just thanks for watching. That was, had to get that off my chest. Wait, never mind. So it turns out I forgot a YouTuber. And, his name is Twisted Dan's. So, Twisted Dan's I actually do like. His videos are very interesting. I first saw him on my recommended with his video. What was it? I think it was like my thoughts on certain cartoon reviewers, which is actually part of the inspiration for this, since I never did a full actual cartoon reviewer rant, I guess you'd say. I don't know if you called this a rant. Whoa. Okay, yeah. So his videos are actually pretty cool. I like them. Only criticism, it's something he really can't help, is that he talks about anime way too much for my liking. That's about it for that. But he can't really help that because he likes anime, and it's just no. I have a text now. Um, he likes anime. I don't. Everyone's different. It's just I don't like anime, and he did a few pretty interesting challenges, like reviewing season 4 of Hannah Montana, which I don't think I'd have the guts to do that. So I appreciate him sending himself through that. Opinions we disagree on. um, what did I just say? Okay, things we disagree on. He really doesn't like The Big Bang Theory or Young Sheldon. It's very, it's a popular opinion. I don't think it's that bad. Though I think the laugh track is quite unnecessary. He really, I like his videos. I like the effort he puts into them. I love the diversity on his channel, though. And no, that's not a SJW term I'm using. Um, no, the diversity as in, like, he has so many different types of content here. Especially when you go back. He has a lot of different videos. One of them he talks about anime. Another he talks about anime. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Another one he talks about Teen Titans Go. Another one talks about Billy and Mandy. Another one talks about Total Drama Rama. Another one talks about Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Another one talks about Hannah Montana. Like, he has a lot of different types of content that can really draw you in. Now, some are more of a success than others. As you can see, you have a 3.7K viewed video of the Daphne and Velma movie next to a 747 view video of Billy and Mandy, How to Write Good Humor. Some of them are hit or miss. I guess I never miss. He really he has good content is really what I'd like you to draw from this. He has some good content. The original video I saw was of course the cartoon reviewer video, but other than that, he has a lot better. I don't know. He has a lot better and a lot different videos than that. Sometimes he just puts out 40-second videos, which I don't usually watch because I don't really usually watch 40-second videos that people put out. Yeah, anyways, his channel's pretty good. I like it. See ya, I guess. That was the most awkward way you could possibly end a video, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. So see